All right, this is grandfather. So, there are things to talk about, eh? Many of you are nervous about the tail end of this year, 2012. And I understand. So I have a little homework for you. Because there's nothing like homework to empower you. It is a time when people, sometimes commercially with advertising and so on, and news services, unintentionally very often, and even just friends, will unintentionally, for the most part, take away your personal power. But you have power. And even though spiritual work is not about power, it is about service. Always remember that. Then, what you have is a situation where you need to empower your service capabilities. So, this is what I'm going to recommend that you do for the rest of 2012, but just do this once. If you're new to this work, then I recommend you say, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies, angels, guides, and beings that I love and who love me in the spirit world come now and bring their benevolent energy to be all around me and all about me. You say the words just like that. It's all right to write them down and look at them. All right? While you're saying them. If you feel an energy come up, especially one that feels good, pause a moment until it fades a little bit. The fading of the energy a little bit always means that the spirit beings that are there to help you and assist you are letting you know that it's all right to continue on with the words. After you wait a few moments, after completing that preliminary living prayer, then say this: I am asking that all those beings, whether they be human or otherwise, who are disrupted or corrupted into a temporary situation of malevolence, now be nurtured and enriched and stimulated in the most benevolent way into benevolence for themselves and all beings. That's what to say. Again, if you feel energy come up that feels good, then let it be. And when it fades a bit, then go on with the words, just the way I said them. Now, if you've been doing this work a little longer, I'm going to suggest something else. Go out on the land if you can, as I've said before many times, to some place where you're welcome and can do this work. Then, something a little different. First, stand and face the north if possible. It doesn't have to be exact north, just roughly the north. Then, I'd like you to move your arms out to your sides, meaning straight out from your shoulders, with your palms facing down. Then, in that position, nod once, like that, you see? And then make a 1/4 rotation to the left. Again, nod. Then another 1/4 rotation to the left. Again, one nod. Then a 1/4 rotation to the left. Again, nodding. That is honoring the directions. and it lets Earth know that you are preparing to do something that you would like her support with, you see. You make that final quarter rotation and stop at the point where you're facing north and lower your arms to your sides. Then do this. It is a gesture. I will try to make it clear for you to see. This hand, in the wand position, as I say, like this. There's a picture that you will be able to see on the blog this will be posted to. And so you will see that position clearly. But put your hand like this in front of your face, all right? And then we're going to support it like this. Again, I'm going to move. I don't want you to move your hand around like this. When I move these hands in these positions, I'm just trying to get this to show up on camera. You might wonder why I don't open Robbie's eyes as I'm talking. It's because with the eyes closed, it is easier to make the connection to inspire you with the greatest wisdom I have to offer. So, like this, all right? Then, with your hands in that position, this is what to say. I am asking that all beings of strife in their hearts or minds be settled and comforted now, and feel at ease and safe and well in their hearts and minds. All right, just like that. Again, as always, if you feel the energy come up, then wait until it fades a bit and then continue on with the words. I do not expect you to memorize these things. So if you want to have in this hand, supporting the other hand, if you want to, between your fingers, have the words written down on a stiff piece of paper, that is fine. It will be all right. You hold it in such a way as you can read it. All right? Or if you have something to support the paper, you can glance at it. But do not use an electronic device. And that is because the energy could cause harm to the device. And the device, not being made up of elements of earth that volunteered to be made into that device, will also be in distress. More about that soon. After you say those words and finish those words, raise your arms up over your head so that your palms are touching. Then lower them very slowly to your sides so that your palms briefly touch the sides of your body. All right? Then nod again. Once. All right? Then make your quarter rotations, and again, you see, first you start off nodding to the north, and then you go around in each direction. One nod. Again, this acknowledges Mother Earth's assistance in your work. I also want you, when you finish that up, so that you are facing the north again, to lean your head back and nod towards the sky. Because the sun, or if you did it at night, the moon reflecting the sun's light will have supported what you did. All right? Then, looking down at the ground, all right, make 3 side steps to the left, looking where you're putting your feet so you don't step on anybody if you can possibly help it. There might be animals there who have been there to help you. Sometimes they are very small. So when you look at the ground, glance briefly. You can turn your head to look in the direction you're going and give them a moment, meaning a few seconds, to get out of your way, because that means they will know when you glance in that direction that you are going to step that way. If you're not sure how long to wait, count slowly to 10. Then make your 3 side steps to the left. Then make a 1/4 rotation to the left. And again, glance to the left, because you're going to be stepping that way. If you're not sure how long to wait, then count slowly to 10. Most of you will know how long to wait because you've been doing this work for a while. Then make 5, 6, 7, or 8 side steps to the left, whatever feels best for you. And when you stop, rotate to the left until you are facing the direction you need to go and walk on with your life. Again, as I've said many times before, don't drive a car for at least a half hour. 45 minutes would be better, because the energy will still be coming through you. It would be better to pause for a while and not talk. All right? Just be quiet for about 15 or 20 minutes. It's all right to drink some plain water if you need to. If you like, after 15 or 20 minutes, if you brought something along to eat, you can eat. If you had somebody along with you who drove you, you can talk quietly, but not about anything painful or upsetting in any way, because the energy will still be working. After about 45 minutes, or 50 minutes would be better for many of you, you can either drive home, or take the bus home, or have your friend drive you. You don't have to go home. Perhaps you didn't bring food along. It would be all right to drive slowly. Don't drive on any highways with lots of traffic. Try to take the side roads or the side streets and drive slowly to a restaurant or where you need to go. And be fairly quiet from the point you stop the work for a couple of hours. All right? No cheering at the ball games. No arguing. All right? The energy will flow through you in a gradually decreasing way for about 2 hours after the work. Don't worry if animals walk through the area where you've been. That's what they do, and it's perfectly all right. That's part of the natural world. Once you've left the area, it's very possible people will walk through it. That'll be fine. Don't worry about that. So, it's a little different because I had you nodding to the directions. I want you to get used to acknowledging the directions in some way, as well as up. And for those of you who feel it, it's perfectly all right to look down and nod towards the ground. But I didn't suggest that you do that because we had your palms facing the ground. That accomplishes the same thing. All right, that's your homework. I want to say this. Many people are troubled now. They have heard many things about 2012 and they are upset. As a side note, if you're going to begin a business, I recommend that you wait until, say, February or March of 2013 to get underway with that. February is fine. Whatever feels good to you, or which your astrologer or other guides, teachers, have recommended. Don't overlook astrology. It's going to be more powerful and more influential in the future because Mother Earth has asked to be supported by two other suns, distant suns, in the sky you call stars. And she has also asked the planets to support her, so she will be imbued with that energy. And as a result, the effects of astrology will be more influential for you all now. Good life.